This is Life Advisor Kent with lifeadvisorservices.com. And we are going to talk about bad behaviors. I always recommend going back and watching our earlier videos, our Intro to Cognitive Behavior. There's a 4-part video set to kind of give you an overview if you're unfamiliar with us and what we're working towards. So, we are going to discuss bad behaviors. Hopefully you watched our problem-solving ranking worksheet, and we are trying to build a foundation. So the problem ranking worksheet we do first, then we do the bad behaviors worksheet. So let's get started. So why do we need to look at our bad behaviors? Well, because the negative emotions that we have tend to lead to destructive and self-destructive behaviors. You never hear from people too often that I've had a lot of these positive emotions and I've been feeling really good, and then they've been doing a lot of negative self-harm to the self, or being destructive behaviors with getting in bad relationships with people around them. So destructive behavior, they really aid in affecting problem solving in a positive way. It often creates further problems or worsens existing ones. So, Life Advisor Kent, how do we figure out our bad behaviors? Well, another checklist. It's easy, it's simple, it's going to help us keep us on track. So the problems we experience can lead to destructive behaviors. When you get caught up in those destructive behaviors, it's hard to focus on those negative thoughts and emotions. And with this list, hopefully it's going to help us be able to identify those destructive behaviors. And everybody makes mistakes. Many people exhibit the same types of behaviors on this list from time to time. But we want to see when these behaviors are more frequent and linked to our psychological problems. And are going back to our problem ranking worksheet. How are our bad behaviors linking back to that problem worksheet that we did earlier? So when we can start seeing how those two link up, we're building a good foundation of how to move forward and hopefully start solving some of these issues, some of these problems, that negative thinking that we're experiencing. So our goal is to list our top bad behaviors. As we scroll down and we look at the list, and obviously if you think of any more, put it down. But I think we get at least a good start of where we can start looking at these bad behaviors. Remember, the more items you check off, it's more likely that you're experiencing some emotional disturbance. In your turn, your bad behaviors are almost certainly making things worse. So if you have those feelings from your problem ranking worksheet of depression, anxiety, anger, if you're doing a lot of these negative bad behaviors, they're contributing. It's going to be hard to get out of those negative emotions that you're feeling unless you kind of really look at your behaviors. And this is really hard for people, going through and really kind of analyzing themselves. This is where the self-help part is. That yes, you can do it yourself, but it's hard. And that's why we're here, to hopefully kind of help you take that step, build that foundation, and get you moving in the right direction. So we went through, we looked at all the bad behaviors, we checked the ones that are applying to us right now, and then we come down here and we're going to list our top 5 behaviors. And like I said in a previous video, you're really looking for the top 1, 2, and 3. But if you have 5, if you have 6, if you have 7 that you feel that's important, it can be causing, going back to your problem ranking worksheet, and it's feeding into that, write it down. There's nothing wrong with looking at everything right now. But you're definitely going to want to start making sure that you have a top 3. What's that main issue? Because typically if you work on that, a lot of the other things will start to resolve itself. So right now, go through, write those top 5 behaviors, and then take your 2 sheets, your problem ranking worksheet, and see how they're connected. And start writing down, oh, I'm feeling depressed. Could it be because I'm avoiding exercise? I'm staying in bed all day. Whatever your top 5 bad behaviors are, hopefully maybe that light bulb will go off and they'll be like, oh, I see how my behavior is affecting my problem. It's not just something that's happening to me. It's something that I'm kind of, causing. And that's what, the whole cognitive behavioral therapy thing is, to get that thinking that, hey, I can change it. It's not the outside world. It's me that can make that change. Well, hopefully that kind of gives you a little overview of how these two worksheets are connecting. Stay with us as we go to learn a little bit about our ABCs in the next video.